What's up, guys? It's B-More here with the Treasure Finance Group YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Anything that's said in this video is my own opinion and is not financial advice. I do hope you enjoy the video and can learn something new. Today we will be covering Peekaboo. Peekaboo is a blockchain-based game built on Arbitrum Layer 2. It is also being integrated with the Treasure ecosystem, and we'll go over that later in the video. So to start, it's a 20,000 collection of NFTs. It's split up into two different kinds of NFTs, the ghosts and the busters. So it's the first game actually is being built on the Peekaboo universe, and it is based off of Battleship. Battleship's like a classic board game. So there's two different options. You can do normal staking, and then there's the more active actual participation in the game. So minting will be split. You can choose between a ghost or a buster, and there will be 5,000 ghosts and 15,000 busters. And that ratio is determined because to play the actual game, you will need one ghost, or you will need at least one buster and up to 3 busters. And we'll kind of go into why exactly that is. So this is a ghost here, this is a buster here, and when it's minted, you can choose your traits. So I guess it'll start off with a sort of like a blank slate like this, and you can select which traits you'd like, and the traits are completely cosmetic, so it'll affect nothing actually in the game. So each ghost will have its own ghost map, and then each buster will have its one of 3 different reveal shapes, and we'll go into like what the reveal shapes are later. So the mint is split into 2 different phases. So initially there will be 10,000 in the first phase, and then later on there will be 10,000 more being released. So if you want to just go in and kind of play this game passively just to earn bill, maybe you don't have enough time to play the game, learn strategies, learn the meta, that's okay. You can come in and stake. For ghosts, you can earn, based off of the tier level, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 boo per day. And then if you want to play the actual game, you'll create a ghost map, and you'll pay an entrance fee. The entrance fee based off of the difficulty levels will be 20, 30, 40. And if you win, you'll receive your entrance fee back. But if you lose, you will only receive a portion of it, or you lose all of it altogether. And that's based off of how many busters your opponent used. So if the opponent only used 1 buster, you'll receive no entrance fee back. And if they use 3 busters, then you'll receive 10 of the entrance fee back. And that's because, the more busters your opponent's using, the easier it is for them to find you in the game. And then we can go into busters capabilities. And so basically, busters can stake also passively, but they only receive 30% of the earnings that ghosts will. So if you know ahead of time that you're not going to have enough time to play this game or like to learn like the meta, then you should probably go with a ghost. You get to choose which one when you mint. I assume you're going to have to act quickly, because it seems like in the first mint, if they're going along with these ratios, then there's only going to be 2,500 ghosts. So if you know that, you want to mint quickly before they run out, because one ghost will earn more than a buster. So if you know that you're going to actively play the game, then maybe go with a buster. Busters, their entrance fees are lower and their rewards are the same. So you can see here, entrance fees for ghosts are 20, 30, 40, rewards are 10, 20, 30. And maybe that's because playing as a buster is harder. You might not win as much. So it's sort of like balanced out. And I think that is the case also, because they will be rewarding 10 bonus freshly minted boo if you use 1 buster and win, and then so on and so forth. Plus you receive the ghost's entry fee. So if you win with 1 buster, Not only will you win 10 freshly minted Boo, but you'll earn the Ghost's entrance fee. So that could be 20, 30, 40. So if you use one that in the easy tier, then it's 30, then 40 on medium, 50 on hard. Compared to Ghosts that only receive 10, 20, 30 per win. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, that kind of just reiterates what I just said. And so there is a level system, and the levels go up to 50, and it's capped per day, unless they have some sort of like event going on. And yeah, wins will earn 4 times more than losses, and this is sort of like the level curve, standard with most games. And they've sort of balanced it so that casual players can hit the mid curve pretty easily. And while competitive players that are sort of deep in the meta and understand the game and dedicate a lot of time and money, they will have an advantage, but it won't be enough that they'll completely dominate the game and ruin it for most players. So as you go on, busters will be able to learn new abilities, and these abilities will cost magic. So there's sort of the first sign of magic integration. I don't think that the white paper really states what they're going to do with this magic, but I assume it'll go into the treasury. So yeah, you can look into these abilities, buster abilities. So, this will be sort of the game map, and, you want to find where the ghost is on the map. So these are little obstacles. This is all the unrevealed space. I assume if they hit an obstacle, then there'll be some sort of implication in the game. So you can strategize with the reveal shapes. This is just, one block all the way around. This is a cross, and then this is sort of diagonal. And if you have three busters, then you'll want to, combine which shapes, you think will be optimal to reveal the ghosts. We'll scroll back up here. And so there will be tiers. As you can see here, in order to upgrade to apprentice and expert tiers, you need to buy at least one uncommon trait of every trait type at each tier. So this will incentivize you to use the boo that you earned for new traits. So if you want to upgrade, if you want to get to Supreme, then you're going to have to, as you can see here, it says in order to upgrade to the legendary tier, you need to buy at least one legendary trait of every trait type. So there's going to be, I don't know how many trait types, like 6 trait types here. So you'll have to have, legendary. So you have to spend 75 on every different trait type if you want to get to that tier. So that's sort of like their boo burn mechanism. And you have to do it if you want to level up. And there would be different, advantages to being a supreme level, and we can go into that a bit later as well. There's an energy system, so you can't just sort of like milk boo rewards and just constantly play the game. So it's sort of like Axie Infinity, and you'll have energy, and you can play up to 12 maps per game or per day for ghosts and busters, and then it'll regenerate on a 2-hour basis. So each game costs one energy. And then normal staking, as I said, there's just like a passive strategy to earn bill, and you have to stake for at least 24 hours. And then ghost maps. Ghost maps are just basically the layout of the game. And as you can see here, there's your ghost, and the point of the game is for the busters to find the ghosts. So also, if you play a game, if you have your ghost map and you're a ghost and you play the game, you have to claim within 24 hours, or else the buster automatically wins. So you have to stay pretty up to date with the strategy. You can't just like leave it for a week. You have to make sure you're claiming. So to go on, once a ghost has reached either level 15 or 30, the ghost map will automatically upgrade. Once upgraded, you can earn more rewards and more experience, and also the maps get larger, so it's harder for busters. But at the same time, busters will be leveling up and learning new abilities, so it'll sort of even themselves out. It says ghost maps can be staked, yielding them the reward of the entrance fee every play. But it's saying that there will be a more like active strategy to ghost map staking, because some maps will be better than others. So you want to like be able to figure out which maps work the best, and sort of choose those. Hide and seek, hide and seek is just the game mode that we've been talking about. You can have at least one buster and up to 3. And you can sort of strategize with the loadouts. And the loadouts are just sort of the abilities. And like I said earlier, choose the abilities that will sort of synergize with each other. And these are, sort of some of the different kinds of abilities that you can use outside of the ones that were just shown up here. And even some of the abilities aren't just what the shape. It's, like right here, it says the buster player wins 0.5 times their entrance fee, and then this earning is not claimable immediately. Instead is minted into the boo canister for the buster player. And a boo canister is another way of staking. We'll go into that a little bit later. So this is the second phase of minting. They'll have another 10,000 that'll be minted, but it won't be like the first phase. This phase will be based off of the existing characters. So if you own a ghost or a buster, then you'll be able to mint, and you'll actually be able to mint more the higher level you are. Where is it showing that? Okay, yeah, so levels. If you're level 10, you can mint 1. All the way up to level 50, you'll mint 5. So it's rewarding the active participants in the game. If you're level 50 and you can mint 5, and you mint right away, you can get 5 for 250 boo. So yeah, it'll really reward people that are active and are on their game. So tokenomics of the game, there's 50 million boo, but it's a soft cap, so the team can continue minting. And so after phase 2, the emissions will cut down by 80%. So if you're like pretty bullish on this game and like you think that boo will have long-term value, then I would suggest playing the game from day one. And really like leveling your character up, getting to level 50, and then being able to mint more characters, and then saving your boo as well, because missions are going to go down. So there's going to be less boo being earned. As you can see here, busters will be earning less compared to what they were in phase 1, and staking rewards will go down. Everything. So for every boo that is minted in the game, I think it's 0.5 total boo will be minted for Treasure DAO, future partnerships, for operation expenses, liquidity mining rewards, and economy growth fund. So liquidity mining rewards, that's important. They're going to keep adding on to their LPs. And that's important for price volatility. You need that. Economy growth fund, that's important too. Most games these days that are integrated with Treasure, they have some sort of like kickback to Treasure DAO. And then the Boo Canister. Boo Canister is another way for players to passively earn Boo, and you're basically locking up your tokens. You can lock up Boo just straight up, or you can do a Boo Magic LP. But you can only earn 25% of those rewards right away, and then the rest, 75%, will be linearly unlocked until 100% is unlocked and claimable. So, you've seen that with, DeFi Kingdoms. It sort of like incentivizes people to like continue playing the game and sort of be in it for the long term. And then the Treasure DAO partnership. This isn't exactly clear what's happening here. It says we want to incorporate fun new challenges for players to finish with rewards that may be needed to acquire a Consumaboo. Consumaboo, we'll be expanding our utility of Boo alongside our integration of Treasure DAO. It doesn't really say what exactly a Consumaboo is. It says this will be our own expansion of the Treasure Metaverse that will help you gain more powers. And then it says win Peekaboo treasures. So those are those of you who are unfamiliar with like the Treasure ecosystem. Bridge World's sort of the main game for Treasure, and there's Treasure NFTs that are released in the game that earn from questing. And then in Small Brains, there are small treasures as well, which is the Small Brains version of treasures. So I guess the Peekaboo is hinting at their own version of treasures. So yeah, and then it says, the utility bill. So when in game, when you're using your bill, 85% of that bill will be burned, and then 15% will go into the treasury. And then it's just future treasure integration. I'm sure they'll have more up their sleeve of how they plan on working their long-term partnership. So yeah, guys, that's basically Peekaboo in a nutshell. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more going into it, and this is the first white paper that's been released, and I believe they're minting very, very soon. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me. Join the Treasure Finance group Discord. Please subscribe and like to this channel if you guys like the content. I'll be hopefully releasing videos weekly. So I hope you guys learned something today, and thanks for watching.